Hello and welcome to, I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit. Hello and welcome to a video review of a Land Rover Defender. I had a whole Top Gear thing going on here and I was going to edit it, but frankly I just, I don't have time right now given everything that's kind of going on. So anyways, here we have Retro Card Brawn, who turns into a Land Rover Defender. And I had a whole kind of joke going on where I was going to do like the intro to the OG Top Gear, if you're old like me. And I was going to make a joke about how I was going to roll him in and be like, this is what Richard Hammond would make a camper out of. If you've ever seen that camper, you know, episode. But anyways, that was a Range Rover 900, or Land Rover, sorry, Land Rover. I always get those two mixed up. I'm tired. So anyways, we're going to get into the review and not talk about how I didn't edit this video. First and foremost, these figures are on clearance at my Walmart for, I think, 9 or 10 bucks. Do not pay full price for this. This was 30 bucks new. And you can already see he's got some paint wear there. And this little paint wear right here, I didn't have the legs completely even. So when I just set him down, I don't even think I moved him. I might have rolled him like that. And already chipped the paint off. I'm having paint issues already. I guess it's not paint scuff, something stuck to him. But I've only had this guy out of the box, or out of the blister card, maybe like, I don't know, half a day now. But so if you get this guy, be careful with the paint. I'm sure it's probably just my copy, but he does come with 2 accessories. Comes with this wheel, which does nothing. It's just a wheel tabbed into the back. Then you have that brawn look, and he has his gun, which does tab into the wheel. But it is kind of hard to remove the gun from the wheel. So, but we'll get into the vehicle mode here. Not a whole lot of detail. Got the gas cap and the rear wiper blade, front wiper blades. You got the grill, no winch or anything. Autobot symbol. Wish we had pinned on wheels, but you know, it is what it is. Underside, and he is pretty small. He is, adjust my chair here. I moved my table so I don't bump it with my knee, so it's actually sideways, so I have more depth than I did before. I'm hoping it kind of works out a little better. But he is about Scout class, a little bit bigger than Scout class in this vehicle mode. I guess current day deluxe. But we'll get into the transformation. First, you want to take this back piece, pop it up, bring this up, then you'll have the arms. You want to kind of just bring them up and untab them if they haven't already. Come to the front fenders, unpeg them, and those will kind of slide to the back. Rotate this piece and then rotate up again. Rotate that down. Now the toes on mine are ungodly loose, so he does not stand too well. Come to this side, same as the other side. Bring that up, close that up. There you have his legs. Kind of want to move everything out of the way. Rotate them. Get that all situated. Make sure this is out of the way. Ignore my dog. She's sleeping and snoring in the corner, if you can hear that. Bring out the arms on the tops of the doors. Fold. This is one part that they should have designed better. I will say this, because you want to fold this down. It doesn't tab in. So it's just there. It is snug enough that it's not going to be floppy, but I do worry about the longevity of it. So fold this piece down. This is where I have an issue. This is going to rotate, but as you're seeing, that is rubbing. So there is going to be paint wear on that grill. It's just the way it is, because there is barely any clearance. So when you go to rotate this back, you can see that it is catching no matter which way you do it. So you are going to get paint wear. You want to fold that up, fold the arms in. There's a peg, and there's a peg hole. So you want to bring that in, fold it up, tab it in, and they don't hold super securely, but they hold enough. Fold his arm up, rotate at the bicep, straighten it out, bring this arm down or in. This one does not like to tab in. Rotate it. There you go. Now his back, you just take this piece, fold it up. It's extremely tight, and this doesn't tab in, so you just kind of lean it there. And there you have Retro Card Brawn. Definitely not worth the 30 bucks. I will say that. I am kind of glad I got them on clearance. And mine just has trouble standing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of the ankle tilt or what, but... So you can see he does have the G1 toy face. I kind of wish they... Yeah, he just does not want to stand straight. I kind of wish they gave him the hook hands that he had originally. If you don't know, the G1 Brawn did have hook hands. He also had doors on his arms that would fold up, but I understand this is going more for kind of a modern take on the toy. It is just a reused mold, I believe. I could be wrong. I think it's the reuse of the Studio Series Brawn, or the Studio Series Brawn is a reuse of that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I dipped out of Studio Series when Revenge of the Fallen came out, pretty much. But anyways, you can see his head, which the ball joint does move, but it is super tight on mine, and I cannot get it to move. So he does have head articulation, but in this review, I'm not even going to cover it. You can see the back hood section, his chest. You got the silver on his arms, and that's it for paint. There's no paint. And this yellow, kind of orangish mustardy yellow, does match. On camera it's coming across that this is lighter than these two, so it doesn't look right. But in hand, it does match pretty well. You really can't tell the difference. But that's pretty much it. Everything on his back is just the vehicle. Articulation wise, on a ball joint, you can do a full 360. You can go out and rotate at the bicep. You do kind of have a dual rotation there because of the two, which is what I was trying to get at. Elbows give you a little over 90. Hands just move 90 degrees for transformation. Waist will do a full 360. It does kind of collide with the backpack. Hips will move outward 90 degrees, forward 90, back about 30. Knees give you a little under 90. Does have a thigh rotation that will do a full 360, and you do get a lot of ankle pivot. And you can take his gun, and it does peg tightly into his hand, so it is kind of hard to remove. And that's it for Brawn. I passed on Sea Spray because when they were on clearance, Sea Spray was $17.50 and this Brawn was on clearance for $9.50. Don't ask me why. So I picked up 3 of these. I picked up 3 of these. One of them's going to stay carded. One of them's on my shelf, and this is my one that I kind of dick around with. All of them that I've handled, I personally own 3 of them. 2 of them are open. The joints are not tight. They are loose. Not as tight as I wanted to be. I mean, he's not floppy at all, but these, I mean, almost you could breathe on them. And this side's tight. This side is extremely loose. The ball joints and the hips I can fix, but they don't feel good. They feel good when you're moving them, but right in here they feel super. I guess not ball joints, they're universal joints or pin joints, you know, call them. They don't feel good. On both my copies, they feel loose, and there's a little bit of play in them. But when you articulate them, it's great. Same with the knees. They're really super tight, but there's a little spot in there where it's really loose. Same with the swivel. It's a little bit looser than I want it to be. And the elbows are extremely loose. They're not buttery smooth. They're just on the verge of in a year or two, it's just going to be too floppy to hold his gun. And I understand I'm being super nitpicky on this. But keep in mind, these, where I live at least, for $30 a pop, you get technically 1 accessory. I don't know if the wheel's meant to come off, but you really can't do anything with it. I don't think it fits his hand. You get a gun, and the only paint is the silver and the orange on the chest, and that's it. So I can't really recommend him unless you're a hardcore Brawn fan or you like the OG 1980s G1 artwork like I do. Then I could recommend it on clearance. But as a figure going from that $30 price point, it's $28.99. But with tax, it'd be like $30, $31 something. I cannot recommend him. He's not a good figure on that price point. Now, if he was like, you know, scout price, like I paid for him, $9.50 new, yeah, I could recommend him all day long. But it's kind of where I'm at with him. don't mean to be a downer on this review. I like G1 Brawn. I don't like this figure. If the tolerances were better, and maybe we got more accessories. He did wield... I understand it's going for that G1 aesthetic. I get that. You know, G1 figures most of the time came with a gun or didn't come with any accessories, but we're kind of starting to pay more and more for these figures. And it's not even just the retro carded. Some of the Studio Series figures you get almost nothing with, if nothing, and you're paying more and more for them, and there's not a whole lot of paint apps. The tolerances are off, so I kind of wish he came with Megatron's gun that he did use in that one episode. I forget what episode. He could have even came with the box from was it Attack of the Microbots, where they shrink and go inside Megatron. There's so many accessories he could have came with that would have fit that G1 kind of aesthetic like Masterpiece does, but I digress. Let me know if you like this review. Let me know if you like the retro carded figures. Let me know what I could do better in these reviews, and I will catch you next time.